Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Appalachia Prospecting. Getting the crusher ready, we're going to do a little crushing. But before we do that, hold on a second. We're going to talk about an important subject, and that's called Lyme disease. Oh yeah. Let the fun begin. So, about 8 years ago I was diagnosed that I had been bitten by a tick, and I was given doxycycline, and 4 years later, I became chronically ill. And when I say chronically ill, I mean extremely chronically ill. All kinds of symptoms started happening, from bone aches, muscle aches, whatever, fever, high blood pressure, low blood pressure. It was just a whirlwind, and I had no idea the severity that I was dealing with, because not being educated, of course, I wasn't from down in the Connecticut area, whatever, and I'm out gold mining. So this is why I want to talk about this, because a lot of my friends are starting to get bit by these things, and you know, I understand they go to the docs and they get their doxycycline and all that and blah blah blah, and they start feeling better, but as time goes on, you start going down what they call the roller coaster, and the roller coaster is the ups and downs on how you feel. We call it porpoising, which means you're porpoising. You're feeling good one day and not so good the next day, blah, 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 blah. So when you go in for these certain tests, they check them, I forget to call it the Western blot test, I do believe. Sometimes they don't pick up on some of this stuff. And it was pretty interesting, because I saw a few things about these tests that are kind of flaw. Anyways. Bartonella, Babesia, Lyme's, it's all the same. They're co-infections. I want to thank a person that saved my life, and I had a stroke during this little ordeal too, as well. But Dr. Robert Morris, ND, out of Port Charlotte, Florida, I want to thank him very dearly for basically saving my life. From chronic fatigue syndrome, I couldn't get out of bed, to days where I could get out of bed, but I couldn't do this because I didn't do it. The detoxing that I went through, bad breath, losing a lot of weight, getting rid of all this ropeworm and all this stuff in my guts. Then his detoxification, he is a detoxification specialist. So what he does is get you cleaned out so there's no critters living in you. Boom. There's number one. That's called diet. If you're going to slip out of this matrix of hell, you're going to have to take on a nice clean diet where you're eating well, you're putting back goodies into your body. Now, one of the things that start happening to you is called adrenal fatigue syndrome, and that's the little adrenals that sit on top of the kidneys. And they're the ones that do all the autonomic nervous system of your body. While they begin to go down, 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 and then you go down. Weird night sweats, weird, all kinds of stuff happen to you. Cortisol levels, everything that you can imagine could go wrong with you happens with Lyme. But there's a way out of it. There's a way out of this hell. But you're going to have to be very, very, very good about it and get on this particular diet to keep yourself clean. Fresh fruits to start getting that adrenal happy again, and you're also going to have to start cleaning up a lot of like your alcoholism, smoking cigarettes, all these public toxins that these things love. I mean, so cleaning up your diet is number one. I mean, it's like the number one thing. You will feel different like within a week or two when you clean up to that diet, to a good fresh fruit. Clean vegetables, organic, as much organic food as you can take in, because of course antibiotics are, and when your little critters down in your plumbing start to die, you got problems, and them problems are not good. I've been there. So I want everybody to understand that you're going to have to clean up your diet. You're going to have to start looking into some herbs to help kick you along. That's what they're for. They're not pharmaceuticals. They're herbs. And not only do they kick you along to get up your adrenals, like an adrenal formula, you would also want to start a parasitic infection type regimen, and try to get the little critters out of you. Because one of the things that Lyme that I actually just found out was the bacterium from the bite can actually turn parasitic, but the parasites are not listed on the main parasite list. When you get bit by a tick and you get a big red rash somewhere, or a big rise in your body's trying to get rid of it, you get sick, you get a headache, you get like feverish symptoms, that's your body trying to get out of me, get out of me. Well, sometimes you can't get out of you guys. Now you need step 2. And step 2 is the aftercare of taking the pharmaceuticals. And all of your other stuff that's happened to you, the shoulders and the achy and the rheumatoid arthritis and neuropathy, all that stuff. When you clean yourself out and get them critters out of you, that all ends. Because we got 2 systems in our body. We got blood and lymph, and nobody ever wants to talk about the lymph. The lymph system is the sewer tanks of your body. If Lyme somehow gets into that, they're going to have a day of fun. They're going to be able to go throughout your whole body and do what they want. To help prevent these things to get on you, there's some permethrin stuff that you take. You can put it all over your clothes. Peppermint, I notice, works real well of keeping them critters away from you. But the bottom line is when you start getting yourself into this state where you become chronic. Now, I feel that every mother, every family, everybody should have these 4 things on hand, and they're herbs that kill parasites. They should have them on hand in their home. Period. For your children, your children you can clean out quick. Human beings that are 50, 60 years old that's had all this garbage food in us all of a sudden you got an overgrowth of critters. Well, you can rest assured where we're headed with that. And boy, does that hurt people. The Lymes, the lupus, all this stuff. Oh my God, these poor people. I know exactly what you people are going through. It's so exhausting. Adrenal fatigue syndrome, everything. So, picking up your diet, getting some nice live food into you, natural sugars, stop it with the bullshit with the sugars. Natural sugars, your body absorbs and says thank you, and your adrenals and all of your cortisols are like thank you. You know, you probably shouldn't eat, drink a half a quart of orange juice before you go to bed. But, you know, try to clean yourself up. Give yourself a chance and let your body start digesting and moving stuff out of the lower half. Once you get that little sewer system clean, you'll find out, along with that other system called the great lymphatic system. Check that out. You get that sucker cleaned out, and there's nothing that can live in you. No tumors, no globs, no gook, no mucus, nothing. Boom, you're pushing everything out. As fast as cold come into you, right out of you. But what else can live in there and all your snot and goop and sugars and refined foods and everything? Perfect growing medium for bacterium and parasites. We did it to ourselves. Every human, I think, in the United States and across the world should do a parasite cleanse. No big deal. It's a big deal if you're full of parasites and you start herxing. That's why people need to understand what they're doing when they get into doing their own health and understanding which ones you have to take to start through the cycle. And what I mean by the cycle is the moon cycle. I start a week before the moon cycle, 1 week, boom, I take this one, this one, this one, and then as I get into that moon cycle, I hit myself hard. And then as I get out of that moon cycle, I'll feel good for a year and a half. So what I found out that if I do it twice a year, my stretches of being sick is way apart. See? I'm not using anything that's going to hurt me. The only thing that you want to look up is one of them is diverted from nuts. So you want to look at them. And most of you know that I saw logs, and I have these logs that are right next to my sawmill, and there's nothing that's touched them. If anybody wants to know what them 4 are, you can get a hold of me later. I just want to make one disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I'm not telling you to stop any of your meds, and that's not my place. That's your doctor's place when you tell them that you want to start going a little bit cleaner diet and cleaning up my body and getting my cells cleaned out and la-di-da-di-da. Why don't you ask them what they got to help you? Anyways, so get your lymphatic system clean, start eating right, flushing out your body, drink plenty of water, juices. If your stomach's a little iffy now, because boy, when it gets into your digestive system, you all know what I'm talking about. Start out with small drinks, fruit juices. You need that sugar to get your body happy. And it's not taking sugar and adding it. This is just natural sugars from your fruit. Okay, you don't add a teaspoon on top of it and eat it. It's natural sugars from strawberries and whatever. It starts helping you. It starts cleaning you out. There's resveratrol in your blackberries. Blackberries is a good one. Just try to clean yourself up. Drink that. Get rid of the sodas for a little while. And then I tell you, everybody, you have to stop. Your diet should be consistent of good, clean food, vegetables, and the meat. Just give it a little rest for a minute, especially the red meat. You can do the chicken and the fish. Stay away from salmon. Give the red meat a, I got to clean my body out type thing. Once I'm all cleaned out, I'm happy and I'm jumping around and, oh, thank you, Wayne, and go ahead and have it. Your body will let you know whether or not you want it. I will tell you that, especially with having the kind that Denise and I have, which my wife has the same exact sickness. So we got to be very careful about our red meat. And we also have to be very careful about like snack bars and everything that all cook everything together. Oh, yeah. Well, everybody out there knows what I'm talking about. The Fab Four is what my wife and I call them. They are the ones that you should take and keep hitting yourself, especially if you're chronic. You just keep hitting yourself with this. You step on the gas. You keep cleaning up your diet. Keep cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. This is what you're going to do to your body. Boom. Once you're totally cleaned out, guys, no mucus, no shit coming up out of your eyes in the morning, dandruff and disgusting smelling stuff underneath your arms and horrible gas passing, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Then you'll get up on a little bit higher level and you'll want to do something else. I went from being on the pillow to riding a mountain bike, and you can watch that on one of my older videos. Yeah. It took me a while because I had to use my head. I had to go a whole different avenue, which I did, and thank, again, Dr. Robert Morris. I owe that man my life, and I appreciate everything that man has done. Help, his herbs kicked me up. I took those adrenal formulas, started feeling better. My whole life started like picking back up again. I'm like, wow, all right, man. Whoo! Because that was one scary shit that I went through, and I know exactly what all you were going through. So I wanted to let everybody know this. There's other great doctors out there like Klinghardt from Seattle, Dr. Tenpenny, Dr. Robert Morris. But make sure that when you do this, that you find out what's good for you, because sometimes you can overtake these herbs and they actually kill off a lot at one time, and then your liver gets full of dead cells and whatever, and it's called herxing, and that can make you sick, and that's when everybody stops. Because they're like, oh God, I'm not feeling well. Or the parasite medicine kicks in and takes a lot of gook out of you. Everybody wants to stop. Oh God, that stuff made me sick. Well, push through it. Took me 50 years to get here. Well, I'll guarantee you, push through it. It'll be well worth it. I smelled like gasoline. I had paint thinner coming out of me when I was laying there in bed for 5 months. I also had a stroke. A lot of you don't know that. I had a stroke. Yay. But during that time, it took a lot of time to think, and you start thinking that, I can help myself. Because I've done this, and this. They took my gallbladder out. They gave me all these medicines, went and saw all the biggest doctors there is. You just end up in the shit end of the stick at the end anyways. And the amount of money that I spent, the amount of money that my insurance company spent, and all these tests and everything I did, it just came back to one thing. 3 top doctors in Rutland told me you need to revisit Lyme's. What the fuck's that mean? Well, I found out what the fuck it meant. It means getting off your ass, checking things out, understanding the different herbs that kill off these little critters in your body and other little co-infections, and take them. And when you start to get sick, understand that you're helping yourself. Because you may have a day or two or possibly a week where you're not feeling well. And I totally get that. But you know what? Push through it. Get your guys' self well. Preventative maintenance, permethrin. I love cedar side. peppermint, all that stuff sprayed on your tootsies and your foot and your backpacks and all that. Because they really don't care. They'll come right off a tree in your hair and go right down. You can do what you want, but at least the forest floor crawlers won't get you, right? So again, everybody, thank you so much for watching Northern Appalachian Prospecting. I hope everybody's liking the channel. I know this was kind of a spur of the moment thing, but I got a lot of friends in the community that are starting to get sick with this shit. And we have the antidotes, you know, the Fab Four, cleaning up your diet, being well, being more forwarded-minded, being clear-minded. This all comes back to you. All the brain fog, all that shit starts to leave you because you're not blocking it anymore. You're allowing your body to clean itself out. So again, thank you for everybody. Thank you for Dr. Morris for saving my life. I appreciate everything he's done for us. He's a detoxification specialist out of Port Charlotte, Florida. I'm not sponsored. I'm not putting up his stuff. If you're that bad, then you may want to go see him. I love you all. Thank you much again. Lyme is not a crime. You can get away from it and out of it. Just do it. Yeah, so I just want to tell everybody that I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to stop any medications, anything like that. I'm just a guy that, you know, I'm not a doctor, I'm a patient, you know, but I knew that I had to do something to help myself. I just want everybody to know that this isn't medical advice. Don't stop taking your pills or whatever you're on. That's just stupidity. You know, there's the reason why I'm not telling you on here. I don't charge for telling people what the Fab Four are, but you have to do your own research, and that's also not allergens and allergens to your herbs, because some people are very hyperallergenic, especially when we get into this state and our lymphatic system is full of gook. Yeah. So I just wanted to take this time and talk to everybody out there that there is help out there, even if it's a friend that's been through it. Just take the shit. Just take it. Push through it. Quit being a wimp. Push right through that sickness or whatever happens to you, gut coming out of you, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just push through it. You know, try to eat as healthy as you can. I know it's hard these days because everything's tainted and all the spraying going on. Oh, God, guys. It's a rabbit hole that you just go down and you just keep going down and down and down. And, you know, you look back up and that little tiny hole up on top starts to look like a pin. Well, turn around. Turn around. Go back up that hole. Work on yourself. Be well. This is Wayne from Northern Appalachian Prospecting. I hope I helped some people today, and I hope some people reach out and understand what that Fab Four is. But there isn't a human being alive that should not do a parasite cleanse and clean themselves out, especially heavy meat eaters and heavy vegetarians, because vegetarians get all the goodies. That's why they say some of these vegetarians or vegans or whatever are weird. Well, who knows, right? I don't know. So, again, thanks, everybody. My heart goes out to everybody. Dr. Robert Morris, ND, thanks. My wife for putting up with this shit. I mean, you know how hard this gets on your spouse, people around you. You're so sick all the time, you can't do anything. I mean, she stuck through me through it all. So, love you, girl. Northern Appalachian Prospecting.